Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, today I have a short episode for you that I believe is going to be super important to jumpstart your journey onto figuring out what more is, what more looks like for you. And I cannot wait to share it with you. So let's get to it. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of 2 girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas. So today I want to talk to you about this more that you may be wanting. So over the past probably month or so, I recognized one thread, one theme, one thing that really has been clear is that when we are in this place of feeling like we want more, it is an unsettling place, right? It is unsettled. And so this feeling of wanting more has been a theme. And I started to think back to when I was in this place where I knew I wanted more, but I just didn't know what that looked like. And I also was I just was in this unsettled, uneasy place where I didn't know what this more looked like. And I didn't know how to figure out why I wanted more or what that more looked like or anything. And I didn't even necessarily want to admit that I wanted more. So it was almost like I was being not dishonest with myself, but inauthentic because inside I knew I needed more. I had figured that out, but I didn't really know how to put a finger on what that meant, what that looked like. And so I was living in this unhappy, unsettled place where I feel like a lot of you may be sitting. And I wanted to really speak into you on this and challenge you. At the end of the episode, I want to give you a challenge, which I sometimes give you guys a challenge, but this challenge I want you to take seriously because if you are in this place, I really would like you to get over this hump of figuring out what that more looks like or the core of why you feel so unhappy and unsettled. So I'm going to start with a quote, and this one is from Dr. Courtney Warren, and it says, "Lying to ourselves may be the most dangerous thing in the world because we live our truth whether we are honest about it or not." Lying to ourselves. So that may sound harsh. You may be like, what do you mean lying to ourselves? Like, we know we want more, but have you really taken the time to check into what you want? Are you really realizing that it is more that you want? Like, you are sitting there unsettled, unhappy, with a lot of feelings, with a lot of emotions, but have you allowed yourself to have them? Or are you just kind of holding on to them because you're kind of scared to really unpack what that might mean for you or to really go there and figure out what that more? Because I know for me, when I was in this place, I definitely didn't recognize that it was more that I needed. I didn't know what was missing. I knew I was unhappy. I felt like there was a piece of me that was missing. But I felt really guilty about this because I felt like I should, I guess is right. I felt like I should have everything that I needed, right? I had the kids, I had the supportive husband, I had the stay-at-home mom role, I had all of these things going for me in my life. Like I should not have been wanting. We were not lacking, we weren't in a really tight financial situation anything like that. Yet I still felt super uneasy, unsettled, unhappy, and like I was missing something. Like there should be something else, or I should be doing something else for myself. And I didn't really feel like that was like self-care. Like I didn't think it was self-care that I needed to be doing like to make myself happy, although I was definitely neglecting that, right? Like that was one thing that I was neglecting. And that is something that I started to do because I was trying to figure out what would make me happy. And that is something that I heard would help make you happy, right? Is to take care of yourself because as a mom, we are neglecting ourselves a lot, right? But honestly, when I thought about it, for me, I think, lying to myself that this self care was helping me to feel better because, yes, it did help me like de stress or take away. It did not fill this void that I had, right? Like, it did not satisfy this like craving, this like pulling, calling, if you will, right? Like I believe it was a God calling me to what I'm doing now to want to do something more in this world, right? I believe it was that, but I didn't know it at the time what it was, right? And so I was just going through this journey, if you will. I was going through throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to figure out what it was that was missing, right? And in reality, I think I was kind of lying to myself. I was thinking, okay, I should be happy. I shouldn't need more. Like, I don't even know what more is. But I was living with my own truth, right? I was the one who was laying my head down at night thinking I wanted more, thinking I was unhappy, thinking I was unsettled, keeping this all to myself, right? Whether we're lying to ourselves or not, we are living with that reality, right? Like I was trying to put on this happy face, right? I was trying to do that, but I felt it internally and I kept it to myself because I honestly didn't even know what it looked like or why I was really unhappy. I couldn't put a finger on it, right? Like it wasn't like I could name what it was. You may be sitting in that place where you are uneasy, you are unsettled, you are feeling this unhappiness, you feel like you are being called to something more or that you want more for yourself, but you don't know what that more looks like. Maybe it is just self care, right? Like I think I started there and it does help, right? Like it does help when you're taking care of yourself for you to be able to care for others because when you're neglecting yourself, it's hard to take care of other people in a way that you want to, right? Like that is hard. But there was something more for me, right? There was something more for me. So, what I'm going to challenge you today to do is actually to journal. So, this is going to be a short episode because I want you to journal. I want you to take a pen and paper. Like, this is old school, right? Like, I love a pen and paper. I want you to take a pen and paper because things tend to flow when you are taking a pen and paper. Like, you could hit voice record and just start talking if that's something, I know that actually helps me sometimes when I just hit record and voice record. But I want you to be somewhere where you are alone and you can hit voice record or you can take a pen to paper and you can sit down and you can ask yourself, what is this more that I want? Or why do I want more for myself? What is this more that I want? Or why do I want more for myself? So if you already know that you want more and you just don't know what it is, just start asking the question, why do I want more for myself? And then you might get to that point, right? You might get to that point. But if you ask yourself, what is more? Because the why is the most important part. Like, why do I want more for myself? Why do I feel like I need more, right? Why do I feel like I need more? If you can write that question down or voice record, why do I feel like I need more? Then just go and do not judge it. Do not sit there and think, oh, I shouldn't say this or I can't say that. Like you can say whatever is on your heart. Be super authentic and think about what it is. What it is. The reason is this, right? And I have a two-part to this because we're going to put a pause on this and then I'm going to challenge you on Thursday, I think, to go a level deeper because I think if you do this work, it will like fast track you to actually getting to the point where you can figure out what that more is and you can take those steps because this piece right here is something that I feel like maybe I skipped at the beginning, right? I did it towards the end and of my journey. And I feel like I just felt really called to this today. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to ask them to journal. I never ask you guys to journal. I never give you homework that isn't like, go do some kind act or, whatever it is. But today I'm asking you to journal about this because I really believe that if you take the time to do this for yourself, first of all, you are going to learn something about yourself and you might be shocked at what it is, but you are going to uncover something and unlock some part of you. And it is going to be so important for any other work that you want to do. Or if you want to come work with me in the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching, that would be amazing. This work is super important to that because until you figure out that reason, like we are busy, we have all of these things going on and we don't feel like we can handle more, right? So why do we want more, right? That's how I felt. And so I am giving you this homework. I want you to journal about this and I would love to hear about it. If you want to email me, if you want to join the Facebook group that we have, our Facebook community, I will put the link in the show notes. Please join us there. We would love to hear what you discover in this. And I want all the mamas to let us know what they are discovering so that we can support you, right? Because this is a journey. And I believe that this is a super important step because this could catapult your journey to discovering what you really want and what's important to you and getting those priorities in line so that you can have that more, so that you can walk in aligned flow, right? So that you can feel fulfilled and happy. And I want that for you. So do your journal. I want to hear about it. Join the Facebook group, send me an email or sign up for the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. We can do that at prioritizewithpurpose.com. You can also find the Facebook page there or my email address, prioritizewithpurpose.com. And I will be back with you on Thursday. Till then, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right here on Thursday. Keep smiling, y'all.